Welcome to the tournament.
Welcome to the tournament.
I'm John, and I'm your host. Today, it's the Identity Tournament.
Identity tournament.
All 15 contestants in today's tournament began life with one name and then transitioned to another name. Who are these 15 people? Let's find out right now. Mark Vincent. Maybe you know him better as actor Vin Diesel. Next, Morris Middlewhite. He changed his name to Michael Scott. He then later changed his name to Michael Caine. Peter Hernandez later on became Bruno Mars. Eric Bishop became Jamie Foxx. Robin Fenty went on to become Rihanna. Heather Sweet is better known these days as Dita Von Teese. Vera Choklingham became Mindy Kaling. Farak Bulsara is better known as Freddie Mercury. Ilya Morinov has a little bit of an easier time being Helen Mirren. Karen Johnson has a little bit more of a memorable name when she introduces herself as Whoopi Goldberg. Reginald Dwight is known today as Sir Elton John. Robert Zimmerman famously became Bob Dylan. Katherine Hudson is now Katy Perry. Ethel Gum became the incomparable Judy Garland. And Marion Morrison changed his name to John Wayne. Those are the 15 contestants. Who will survive the Identity Tournament? We take those 15 people, and our comedians then decide who wins when we toss ridiculous and impossible situations at them. Who are these mysterious comedians? Let's meet them now.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm here to put up my dukes and use some good skills of debate.
Josh, if you win the tournament, what are you going to do with the prize money?
Get more delivery.
We also have our returning champion. Welcome back, Tim.
Yes, hello, John. It's good to be back.
Oh, Tim, have you gone full super villain since we saw you last?
Maybe.
So here's round one of the tournament. John Wayne versus Dita Von Teese. Which one of these two people would you prefer to run away to a remote island with you? If you're on a remote island, John Wayne is the person you want with you. Because when you're out there, nobody is going to mess with John Wayne. The dude died with 40 pounds of raw meat in his intestines. If he is on that island with you, there is no animal, no beast, no nothing that is going to stand in your way of having a good time. We haven't even started talking about his ability to drink whiskey yet.
Dita Von Teese is the queen of burlesque. We can't be bored because she knows how to dance and she can teach me some new moves. She was married to Marilyn Manson for 2 years. That's enough.
I'm going to have to give it to Dita Von Teese. I think she would keep things fresh and interesting, and every day I would discover something new about her hidden talents and her talents in general. Plus, not to mention, I just think it'd be a great time.
Next match. Rihanna versus Judy Garland. Which one of these two would be most likely to angrily throw a hamburger at you?
Rihanna has very interesting style about her, and she's not afraid to go dark. You know, with certain songs like, and the one that first comes to mind, especially with this, is Disturbia. She mentions in the song that her mind's in Disturbia and this kind of stuff. I think if she's having a bad day, she might just snap and get fed up with your shit and throw a hamburger at your face.
Hamburgia. Hamburgia.
Don't get me started with Judy Garland. Back in the 90s, there was this rash of TV biopic movies on Sunday nights. Judy Garland had one, and for sure she threw a hamburger. She's very dramatic. You know she threw a hamburger at Mickey Rooney.
Just for the visual alone of a Mickey Rooney Judy Garland hamburger fight, we're going to advance Judy Garland to the next round.
Oh. Damn.
The next match, it's a bye round. One contestant every tournament gets an automatic entree to the next round, and this time, congratulations, Katy Perry. Katy Perry bypasses the first round, goes right to round 2. Next match, Mindy Kaling versus Helen Mirren. If you were dating this person, which one of them would immediately break up with you?
I would think Mindy Kaling would immediately break up with me. She writes movies. She wrote for The Office. She's got her 3rd book now. She's just a busy woman who wouldn't put up with my shit. I can tell you that right now. What have I accomplished? Sitting on a couch. And this beautiful DVD collection. Yeah, Mindy Kaling would drop me like a bad habit.
Here's the thing about Helen Mirren. She did for a while live with Liam Neeson. And I think if perhaps like she and I were seeing each other, and there was a hint that Liam Neeson might find out. The thing about Liam Neeson is he has a particular set of skills. And I don't know that I really want to put that to the test. And I don't think if Helen and I were together, I don't think she'd want to see that anything happen to me in that regard. So I think she'd rather break my heart than see me dead. So
you're saying that Helen Mirren would drop you to protect you from Liam Neeson?
Yes.
Give me back my girlfriend! The argument that I buy most is that Mindy Kaling is too busy to put up with Josh's bullshit.
Yeah.
Mindy Kaling advances to the next round. Next match, Whoopi Goldberg versus Bruno Mars. Which one of these two would gladly sacrifice themselves to save your life?
I think that Whoopi Goldberg, in a heartbeat, would sacrifice herself. She's played various characters that tend to help others. Like her character in Ghost, she helps out the lady to communicate with her dead husband.
Spoiler alert, Tim!
If you're a fan of Star Trek in general, her character Guinan is one that has always been there for guidance and help. But I think her character is one that she would absolutely do it.
It goes without saying that Bruno Mars would sacrifice himself. I mean, he wrote a song about it. Exhibit A, I would jump on a grenade for ya, throw my hand on a blade for ya. I'd even jump in front of a train for ya. He's got a whole song about sacrificing himself.
You know, he also has another song in which he says that today he may not feel like doing anything.
We've
He's
all
pretty
had our days of not wanting to do anything and wanting to sacrifice ourselves for our loved ones. It's not like he's like, I'll sacrifice myself, but not today.
Going into this, I thought to myself, oh, there's no way Whoopi Goldberg is going to lose this. This is great. Apparently, I'm unfamiliar with Bruno Mars's body of work. He not only is going to sacrifice himself, but he's going to do it while fucking rhyming? Yes, he advances to the next round. Next match, Elton John versus Bob Dylan. Oh my gosh, it's the battle of the musical titans. Which one of these two would be easiest to be with alone in a cell for an entire year?
I think you won Elton John. He knows how to be entertaining. Not to mention, his music writing partner, they were partners for, as I understand it, like 50 years. And apparently, like, didn't really ever argue, according to what I read. So, if there's anyone you want to spend time in a jail cell with, it's Elton John.
Bob Dylan is the one you want to be in a cell with, for one reason and one reason alone. He has got the hookup for weed. Bob Dylan has smoked so much pot over the years that it is literally coming out of his pores. The time will just fly by because you are stoned the whole time. You just sit somewhat close to Bob Dylan and you get contact high just from the oils in his skin.
Once again, I should reference to another biopic, Rocket Man. If you've seen that, there's plenty amount of drama where he doesn't get along with anybody but his songwriter partner. he is not a fan of everyone else. Bob Dylan's chill. I'd be fine with a chill dude in as a roommate than Elton John. He's gonna be so cranky without the costumes. So Bob Dylan wins it.
Yeah, Elton John, he's going to be coming down off of a sequin high. You don't want that kind of withdrawal right next to you. Next match, Michael Caine versus Vin Diesel. Which one of these two would most likely steal your meds?
Michael Caine in his old age needs some meds. I'm sure he's got pains, he's got aches. He's still regretting Jaws the Revenge. He's got to take meds to forget and to deaden the pain of old age.
Look no further than someone who is a bona fide action star. I'm sure he's put himself in plenty of situations in his movies, especially like the Fast and Furious movies, in which he's probably gotten pretty seriously hurt. He would assemble a team to come get your drugs. He would get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to come and help him steal drugs, and you would have no chance.
I'm way more scared of Vin Diesel's friends than I am Michael Caine's friends. I know Michael Caine knows Batman, but I'm advancing Vin Diesel. Last match of round 1, Jamie Foxx versus Freddie Mercury. Which one of these two would be best to take acid with? Jamie Foxx is going to have to be your choice to take acid with. He starts out hilarious. He's already funny as a baseline. Now, take away reality, he is going to come up with the funniest shit you have heard in your entire life. And he'll probably do a Ray Charles impression at some point, so you've got that to look forward to.
Freddie Mercury doesn't do impressions because he is Freddie Mercury. He doesn't have to do an impression of himself. Do you know how many times he's taken acid? He's a pro. He'll be very nice to you. He'll know what to do. He'll give you water. You know, he'll make it a good experience because this is your first time, right, Tim? This is your first trip.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx would be more interesting to take it with. When you get into it with him, I think things are going to get real interesting.
Okay, that's it for round 1. We move on to round 2. The first match, Dita Von Teese versus Judy Garland. Which one of these two is most likely to wake up after a night of heavy partying and not remember it hangover style? Dita Von Teese is in the burlesque world, which means she has seen some shit. Nobody parties like burlesque people. They not only do drugs and alcohol, they do old-timey drugs. Drugs you haven't even heard of. Drugs that messed up your grandparents 70 years ago, and they were deemed too dangerous for today's partiers. If there's anyone who you're going to wake up the next morning and not remember anything about the previous night, it's going to be Dita Von Teese. She's going to have Mike Tyson's Tiger in her garage.
In old-time Hollywood, they gave those kids lots of drugs to keep them going when they were tired, because they would just do take after take after take. And that really fucked up a lot of those kid stars. And they got like addicted, and they had like breakdowns and stuff. She's going to be taken back, like memory-wise, into that situation. And then she's just going to go super hard on alcohol and drugs at the party.
Because we know more about Judy Garland's history of drug abuse and addiction, I'm going to go with Dita Von Teese.
Oh!
She's going to party and have a good time and never remember what happened.
Next match, Katy Perry versus Mindy Kaling. Which one of these two do you think is probably really freaky in bed?
It's going to be Katy Perry with songs like I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It. And Katy Perry is going to have more of an edge and want to try some stuff that maybe you're not ready for. And maybe you're scared to do it.
Mindy Kaling is a comedian. She's hilarious. She's creative. And that creativity pours out into other parts of your life. When you are a funny person, you're freaky in bed as well.
It's probably Katy Perry because she's still sowing her oats. I know she's getting older, but I'm sure she's explored some things and likes some things, and she's ready to keep doing it.
Bruno Mars versus Bob Dylan. Which one of these two would make the best old person?
My argument for Bruno Mars is he's already got the fedora. I mean, that it's already done. Like, he's already ready to. It's the starter pack for old manism. All he needs is a cane or a Michael Caine right next to him, and they can go out with style.
Bob Dylan will make the best old person because Bob Dylan has been an old person for the past 65 years. He started out as an old person singing old person songs. He thought about the world in a way that a young person does not, and he's been thinking that way since he was about 18 years old.
Had I been the one to argue for Bob Dylan, my exact argument was going to be he's been old forever. That on its own is a pretty great qualifier. Sorry, Josh, but I got to give it to Bob Dylan.
I knew it.
In this case, the times are not a changing.
Next match, Vin Diesel versus Jamie Foxx. Which one of these two would be more likely to make you laugh until you pee?
Good luck, Tim.
Good luck, Tim.
Oh, this feels like you have an unfair advantage. Being a young comedian.
These questions are all put in there randomly, so.
I love it. Okay. If there's anyone who's going to make you laugh until you pee, it's going to be Vin Diesel. But not for the reasons that you think. It's not because he's like a super funny person and he's going to make like that who is specifically in comedy. I think he's going to do it unintentionally. You're not going to expect it. And it's going to be so unexpected that it's just going to hit you like a ton of bricks.
I don't think I've seen somebody scramble so much since the last time I was in the kitchen at Denny's. It's Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx!
This is not very hard. Jamie Foxx just has the charm. He has the charm. And John knew it. He had it in the bag. Jamie Foxx it is.
It's time for the anti-round.
Welcome to the anti-round.
Where each of our comedians argues against their candidate. In this round, Dita Von Teese versus Katy Perry. Which one of these two would be best to go horseback riding with?
Dita Von Teese is not the one to go horseback riding with. You know she's wearing a corset, and she's gonna get caught in the saddle bag, the horse's mane. There's so many little clasps that would get caught, and it's not gonna go well.
Despite the lyrics in her song talking about a dark horse, I think she said she'll be coming at you like one. I don't think that, and she also mentions magic in there. I don't think she's set foot near a horse. I think just that inexperience is going to make her the worst possible one to go horseback riding with.
The argument that Dita Von Teese wears a corset, I gotta think that that's gonna get in the way of the horseback riding. So I think we have to advance Katy Perry. Last match of the anti-round. Bob Dylan versus Jamie Foxx. Which one of these two would be most likely to encourage you to have cosmetic surgery?
I can tell you right now, Bob Dylan's all about the natural. You know, he's not going to tell you to go get cosmetic surgery. Have you seen him? I don't think he's done work, and I don't think he cares about anyone's outer appearance. He wants to feel and see their soul the way it was made and the way it will be. His place, his home is unplugged and harmonica and acoustic. And I would say he is not going to want you to be plastic.
There are a few things that are funnier than the natural human body. I think Jamie Foxx, being a comedian, would find the joy and entertainment in you just the way you are.
So he doesn't want you to do cosmetic surgery so he can make fun of all your flaws.
Maybe.
Now I don't know what to do. I think at its core, Bob Dylan is inside his head. Jamie Foxx is searching in the outside world. Someone inside their head doesn't care about the outside. So Jamie Foxx is the one to encourage the plastic surgery. I think Jamie Foxx advances. It's time for the final round.
It's time for the final round.
It's Katy Perry versus Jamie Foxx. Whichever one of these two wins 2 rounds wins the tournament. Which one of these two do you think is the most genuine?
Katy Perry is someone who puts on a good show. She certainly knows how to entertain. But I think when she's not on that stage, when she's just kind of hanging out and being herself, outside of that, I think she would be very genuine. Anybody who's in show business is going to be told to put forth a certain image when they're out about in public. As soon as you get to a point where you are kind of in your space and you're comfortable, I think she would be incredibly genuine.
Jamie Foxx is genuine, and you know it because he comes from very humble roots. He comes from a terribly racially segregated town in Texas. He was adopted. He was a regular guy. He played on his high school's football team. When that's the ground you are planted in, you know that you grow into a genuine tree.
Even though the argument is good with Katy Perry, I think she is used to personas. She knows how to make a persona. Where Jamie Foxx, I think he's got it all out there. Like that's him. He's genuine. So I'm gonna have to go with Jamie Foxx.
Which one of these two would be more likely to make you a drink that you would remember forever? Jamie Foxx is a comedian and a musician. He's been around some liquor in his time, so he knows everything about the bar. He's going to take all of that experience and make you the drink of a lifetime, and he'll drink it with you.
If there's anyone who has experience in drinking, it's going to be someone who's been a huge pop star when it comes to music. You get to know what you like, what your friends like. I think time and time again, I think she would very quickly be able to create a drink that meshes with your personality and your aura. I think she would find something that is just you.
I'm going to go with Katy Perry on this one because I know they're both into music, but her main career is music, and the musicality, I would say the music in your soul, the mixture, all that comes out in a really good drink, and I'm sure she has a lot of good juice, a lot of good juices where she is. So Katy Perry it is.
That means it all comes down to this. It's the last question. Good luck, Josh. This is going to be hard for you. Just randomly, this is what we get. Which one of these two would you rather have serenade you?
Oh, no.
Oh. Oh. All right. Let's say you're out on a date with somebody. Out in a point when we can actually go outside again to places to have dates. Someone who might serenade you would be someone who has spent a long time specifically in the music business. She is going to find a way to put into really beautiful words your experience together, and I think that's just going to come out beautifully. I think she's going to be the one to find something that speaks to your soul in that way.
Jamie Foxx is the one you want to serenade you. He has a smooth, golden voice. A serenade is such a specific type of song that I think it's going to sound better coming out of Jamie Foxx's mouth than it is Katy Perry's. What's the last Katy Perry ballad you heard? Go ahead. I'll wait. I can't think of one. She has a very specific style and she's very good at it. Serenading you, I don't think that's going to happen. Jamie Foxx, it will happen and you'll like it.
I think it would be 10 times more interesting to see what Jamie Foxx has up his sleeve. So Jamie Foxx it is.
There we are. Jamie Foxx is the winner of today's tournament. Congratulations, Jamie. I'm sure that this award is probably the best one you've ever won in your whole life. It's definitely the award you are least aware of having won. And just for today, we're all going to change our names.
My name will be Joshy Wolf.
I think I'm gonna have Fox in parentheses or quotes as my middle name. So Timothy Fox Burns.
Ooh.
I will go Latin, and I will change my name to Johnny Vulpine.
Ooh. That is, wow. That's nice.
Tim, Josh, thank you both so much for joining me on today's tournament. That was a lot of fun. We will see you next time on the tournament.
Bye.
You haven't lived until you've seen Vin Diesel's music video.
It has to be wet, right?
50 years of marijuana use.
Who gets, you know, a
70 years of marijuana use.
Why can't I touch you? Hi, Josh.
hi.
Hi.
The bitch is him. The bitch is him, and the bitch is back. What do I know about Dita Von Teese?